former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. And look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Prescott now on second down. He'll find Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Prescott to throw it. And Walker has it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 21 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week. And most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, you know, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Cameron. This is caught. And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Cameron. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles. But also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. You look at this Niner defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On their own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
That's taken on the 25. 49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now a play fake here on first down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Off play action. Cameron. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. They'll try the left side. Townsend, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. They'll look to set up his blockers. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Walker now on first and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, Most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott now from the 50. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's settling in nicely here in the 1st quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And that's complete. It sends. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at the 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Cameron. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cameron firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away their timing. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cameron. Got a man, that's Ayuk. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Moody good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They run again with Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. To throw is Prescott.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cameron. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They go play action here on 1st down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Off the play fake. Cameron.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for second down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Prescott now. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cameron. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Niners at 4-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around. That's what them to play really well here.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fast.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This ball caught by Mechie. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now Moody for the PAT.
And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Seattle.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Running left is Walker.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Seahawks.
Here's Prescott. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 49ers' 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Walker. Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Walker going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 5-yard line.
Again, Walker.
Oh, he's going to be met behind the line and taken down. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Cameron. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 61 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Back to throw again.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd down and 8.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the 49ers are able to add on to their first-half lead. But it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Prescott gets past one man, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Prescott on first down.
As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Give him 32 on the play.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Seattle.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Jackson Smith-Njigba with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for him. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Washington now brings this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cameron over the middle, and there's a diving catch. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A final shot before break. Cameron
over the middle. That's caught by Mechie.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get things started in the NFC West with L.A. making the trip to the desert to take on Arizona. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. The Rams trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Raiders looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Dameon Pierce, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He's accounted for 4 touchdowns already, 3 on the ground and another one through the air for good measure. He was able to run wild in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Got it. Ready?
Throwing on first down. Cameron completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A 6-yard pickup brings up.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Cameron.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Cameron got his man complete over the middle. It's Thompson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cameron. This one caught by Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Thompson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
62 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
He's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
For the 49ers field goal, a 20-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Recovered by the offense.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
Throwing. Prescott.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
It's a gain of 10. And the Seahawks first down.
Back to Walker on first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's Walker.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in.
Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Walker.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Cameron. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Cameron. And it is caught and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down, Cameron. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. Looking to throw. Cameron.
Right side, complete to Mechie.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Prescott to throw it.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Back to throw. Cameron. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone, but there is a flag down. This one may be coming back. Now the Seahawks will bring the offense back onto the field, and they'll go for 2. And they'll still try and run for it. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Washington now brings this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively.
And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Prescott.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll throw again. Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 4 yards
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Prescott.
Pass complete. He's got Smith and Jigba.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Washington now brings this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Niners set to take over on offense.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
At the 30-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Cameron. He's got Thompson here, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. This, the 2nd meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And that'll wind up moving the the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On first down, Cameron. Repeated the last play, going to Mechie here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Back to the ground attack here, it's McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
The throw over the middle, taken in. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line. On first and 10, Cameron. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
2 yards to go, second down.
At the 12-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a cost.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
74 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Looking to throw. Cameron toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
An extra point try now for Moody.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Prescott now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Gets around him. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance, and then they end up winning this game.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Weaver. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, Cameron.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Here's Prescott.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Prescott on 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He completes this to Walker.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here comes second down at 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A second down throw for Prescott.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Here's Prescott.
He finds Smith and Jigba. Here comes second down. To throw, Prescott.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
For the faithful in full war here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Now Dak.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. to the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
So a fourth-quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Now we'll throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Carr. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
This is McCaffrey on the give.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the 49ers, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
run it back, 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 run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking off. Got the flight. Promise you if anybody can hold me, I can. Get the right man. Baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back. Run it back, run it back. Run it, ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the friends. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another back. Ultra fast. I ain't with the boulder dash. Run it back, face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Not the act, and run it back. You see how I act, nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it, I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key, running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key.
Yes, like that. Told her might be right back. Oh yes, like that. I told her might be right back.
Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with his fire tag. Punch the gas, run into the future.
It's Madden NFL.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Townsend, and it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off-play action. Cameron. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And they needed to be because the game is a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took up more importance, and they get it done.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, Young.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
He'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. You look at this Niner defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about
7.
that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
To the air once more, Young. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
Holding offense.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to 4th.
Now here's Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down. It'll wind up being a gain of 5 there on 4th and 2.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to be helped down inside the 20 at the 15. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there.
His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
On the return, it's Washington.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now here's the former Panther. Had some great years with him. It's Christian McCaffrey.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. The hat trick +1. 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
You look at this Carolina defense.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And they needed to be, because that game It's a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Cameron, back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Cameron. This will be caught. It's Samuel. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with career touchdown number 75. And the Niners are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
1st and 10, Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Young working out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. It's Young off play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Off the bootleg. Cameron
trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49ers 29-yard line.
Young to throw it. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. They go play action. Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play as it takes us to the end of the 1st quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Young. And it's caught. Touchdown Panthers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Washington now brings this out.
There he goes left side. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown 49ers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
The play fake, now Young. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Young off the play fake.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Young to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 43. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. They'll throw again. Young.
Open man right side is Tony.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw, Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Young now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Cameron, that's to the right side, complete to Kittle. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 4. Looking to throw. Cameron. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A little joke, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half, and this one's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down throw for Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Again, it's Young. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Cameron. He's got Thompson here, complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, San Francisco.
Back to throw. Cameron over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
They'll look to throw again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Big Derek Brown making the stop. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7.
Looking to throw. Cameron. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. shotgun. He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Operating from the gun, Cameron.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Niners are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Moody good with the extra point.
And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Third and short yardage, Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Young looks to throw on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
There's a nice move.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series.
Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches, really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular player.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Back back to throw. Cameron. He finds his man, complete. That's Townsend.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Young. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Bradley Chubb in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Connects with Kittle underneath. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Cameron. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We get started up in the Meadowlands. Arizona making the trip east to take on the New York Giants. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Ken Walker, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three?
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Meanwhile, Young's throw caught by Tony.
Past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now here's Young. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw on second down is Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
They'll throw again. Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Looking to throw. Cameron. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Derek Brown drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Young now from the 50. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Niners' 44-yard line.
To throw, Young. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Oh, Young loses it.
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
First down, 49ers.
Operating from the gun. Cameron, this one into the hands of... And now a fumble. The ball's out. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Cameron. Touchdown. George Kittle from 6 yards away.
And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly, so you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty.
Oh, Young loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a first down.
That's good for Panthers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Young will set to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the
Now Young.
41-yard line.
And incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Cameron. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
That throw by Young incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To the air once more, Young. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
3rd and 4.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Young to throw it. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And then we'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Townsend. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing on 1st down. Cameron completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Up the middle they go. It's Townsend, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. Cameron. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Cameron. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Young's throw complete there to Johnson.
He's stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
First down, Young.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing, Young. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Fair catch made at the 22-yard line.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Now a handoff up the middle. Townsend to the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Second and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Townsend. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. They go play action here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Young.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And 8 yards to go.
Young on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded at about the 28. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Townsend.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Cameron. He finds his man, complete. That's Townsend. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Looking to throw, Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. There's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Cameron. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing again. Cameron. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down. Cameron. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Young. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Here is Young.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Young to throw it.
That is caught. He's across midfield. Down the sideline he goes. Kadarius Toney. Touchdown, Carolina. Kadarius Toney, 81 yards. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Washington now brings this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
Has over 100 yards, has the one touchdown score to this point.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Looking to throw. Cameron. He finds his man, complete. It's Townsend. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. Back to throw. Cameron.
He's got it complete to Thompson.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 5. First down, 49ers.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Cameron. He finds his man, complete. It's Townsend. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Cameron. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A first down throw for Young. And his throw here is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
A second down throw for Young. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Again, it's Young.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. It's a gain of 7 on 4th and 4. Now here's Young. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
It's second and 8 at the 49ers 14-yard line.
Young now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This is the tight end, Njoku. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they've converted their first 2 fourth down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Here's second and 10.
Second down and 10.
Back to throw. Cameron. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 37, they work on second and 6.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Young to throw it.
Completes to Njoku. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Young to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Young. He's got Johnson, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's 3rd down at 5. Young.
And that will be incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
4th down, Young.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now throwing on 3rd down.
Interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
So now Young and the Panthers down by 5, 57 seconds to go.
Young, they'll have to go 90-plus yards, and a field goal does them no good as they've got him to the 1st down.
That one too wide and incomplete. Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Young.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, when you went on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the victory here for San Francisco, and this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Niners, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.